Let me try this again. I accidentally hit the side of the phone and killed the recording. This is a Ham 3 rotator, and on top of it I've mounted the Yaesu elevation rotator, and this thing is set up so you can still use your high gain rotator controller. The whole thing will sit there and turn. I'm not going to get too carried away with it because this thing isn't very sturdy up there. And then here's the elevation only rotator, and you can see it turning. And this is just a demonstration. Let's say a guy wanted to be able to take your flat side beam and turn it vertical. You could have this set up. Now we'll turn it back. You see a little mark coming up there. I turned it a little bit further than I thought. There, you can see it. But this is a crude little setup. It's just a PCV pipe, and that's how Yaesu mounts them. If you want to mount it up separate, they just got clamps on the side, and you can get all that stuff from Yaesu. Those are just M8 studs, and then they bolt down in 2 spots. You can still get these clamps, but the ideal way would be to fabricate a bracket. This one here you can buy from Yaesu, and what I would do, just weld the pipe in the inside of that, and then you could mount it right in the middle. But this is the way it looks like if it's mounted on top of a Yaesu rotator, just a bracket. You could fabricate one of them pretty easy, and that would get you right in the center of your bottom rotator instead of off to the side like that. And just to show you what the other controller looks like, if it's still in one piece, this is what it looks like. You can see you don't have much needle movement, but a guy could, you can still buy these all one piece with the controller. But what I'm trying to explain is, if you've already got a azimuth rotator, you could mount this thing on top of it and then use your high gain rotator or Yaesu. I'm going to pause this for just a minute and retool here. Okay, here I've swapped out and put a G-800 Yaesu rotator, and here it is mounted on top of it, just for demonstration purposes. And see, you'll have your bigger dial for your regular. I gotta wait till this thing gets around there. Let's see here. Well, it doesn't like something here. Anyway, I did want to demonstrate. Maybe I got to get a different controller out. Yeah, it's not liking that one bit. Hold on a minute. Okay, a little technical difficulty. I had my wires hooked up wrong, but you can see that if you've already got a Yaesu setup and you like this bigger control box, you can use your Yahoo controller, pick up a elevation only rotator controller. And you can pick up this bracket. See, it'll go right on that. And you can bolt it right to the top of your rotator and have your elevation right on top of it. So that's always a possibility. And you still got your elevation rotator controller controlling your flat side or your vertical. And then your big dial, that tells you a little bit better than looking at that other dial where you're going. You see, this is a 2800 DXA controller, so it slows down a little bit whenever you release it. But just to give you an idea, if you can find one of those little elevation rotators all by itself and that control box, you can rig yourself up a little bit better way of running the elevation rotator combination than using the other control box with the puny little dials on it. And this one here, of course, gives you a little bit better idea of your overlaps and stuff, where that other control box really wouldn't tell you that much. And it'll go just like it will. Okay, that's my little demonstration for today. An elevation only control box and an elevation rotator mounted to whatever system you already have. And see this, if you have that plate down there and you have a pipe welded to it, you could mount this up to any rotator. I mean, if it's a 7300 or a HD 73 Alliance, Ken Pro, anything that'll clamp down to it with the bell on it. But if you're going to use it with your existing Yaesu rotator, then you get this bracket and bolt it on the top of your rotator. Okay, well, that's it for this one. Another rotator video by Rotors by Scott. Okay.